We usually imagine World War III as a series of massive mushroom clouds and everything ending in a split second, but the real truth is much more quiet and way more terrifying. Did you know our biggest enemy won't be the fire from the explosions, but a deep, endless darkness falling from the sky? We like to think of ourselves as the smartest species on Earth, but history shows we are heading down the exact same path the dinosaurs took millions of years ago. This isn't just a plot from a science fiction movie. It is a cold, hard warning backed by modern science. A study from Rutgers University back in 2022 revealed something truly chilling. Even if a relatively small nuclear war broke out in just one corner of the world, it would send about 150 million tons of ash, smoke, and soot straight into the upper atmosphere. This thick, black layer of soot would block out 70% of the sun's light. As a result, the world would suddenly be plunged into a terrifying, freezing darkness. Even in warm, tropical countries, temperatures would drop by 10 to 15 degrees Celsius almost overnight. We wouldn't see the sun for years. The sky wouldn't be covered by natural clouds, but by a suffocating blanket of man-made poison. Scientists call this nuclear winter. It is the same kind of darkness that wiped out the dinosaurs. Except this time, we are the ones digging our own graves. Think about what that world would actually look like. Without sunlight, plants cannot grow. The process of photosynthesis would simply stop. Everything from the grass on the ground to massive forests would wither and die within just a few weeks. The entire global food chain would collapse like a house of cards. You might think you have enough money or food stored away, but the reality is that while many would die in the initial blasts, 90% of the human population would eventually die simply because there is nothing left to eat. Famine wouldn't just be a word in a textbook, it would be a living nightmare. And for those who somehow survive the cold and the hunger, nature has an even worse punishment waiting. The ozone layer, our planet's shield, would be completely destroyed. This means deadly UV rays from the sun would hit our skin directly. Between the radiation and the surge in cancer, life would be a constant struggle of pain. There would be no hospitals and no medicine, just endless suffering. Now, here we are in 2026, and the world is more unstable than ever. The doomsday clock is the closest it has ever been to midnight in all of history. We talk about borders, politics, and power, but in reality, we are just rehearsing our own extinction. Millions of years from now, if another intelligent species ever explores deep into the earth, they will probably find human plastic, concrete, and radioactive waste sitting right next to dinosaur bones. They might wonder how a species so smart could be so foolish that they built the very tools for their own end. World War III won't lead to a new government or a better era. It will be a reset button for the planet. Humans won't be remembered as heroes, but as a self-extinguishing anomaly that vanished into the fossil record. Our beautiful blue planet will go back to being a silent rock floating in space, and we will be the ones who knew exactly what was coming, but chose to let it happen anyway.